What words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before, and that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they face this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
Yeah, they're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time...
Rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
This defense got a lot of people's attention last week when they had 3 sacks. And you know the offense was watching film, and they saw all these pass rushers and their abilities. They thought they had a good plan, but it's not working right now. They've already given up a sack here early in the game.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Caught over the middle. It's Hutchinson. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the stick.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's...
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
How about this defense coming out the gates? First drive, getting to the quarterback. They wanted to affect the quarterback, make him feel uncomfortable. Already 2 sacks on this first drive.
And the Hilltoppers line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. The LSU Tigers offense will go to work for the first time today. Typically, you don't think of an offense built around its tight end, but they got no production from there last week. They'll need that to improve in this one, David.
Yeah, he's a chain mover. He's a red zone threat. That big old body, man, he's a matchup problem. So they definitely need to find a way to make sure that they're feeding the big fella.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
The run from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And here's a fumble way behind the line. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Punt is on its way. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
On the run, it's Durham. Turning it on! And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. How about that tough, hard-nosed running? Rich legacy of that at LSU. Reminds me of Charles Alexander.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I was a part of that legacy recently, the other side, when Justin Vincent rushed for over 200 yards in the SEC Championship game, and that's what you see LSU. That's what I've always thought of watching them growing up, and you watch the way they run their offense. Usually, it starts with the physicality in the ground game.
Catch in the middle. It's Durham. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Quickly to the tight end. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Unloads it left. Complete downfield. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Think about when Garrett Nussmeier goes into the quarterback room at LSU and their giant murals of Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels, Heisman winners. Jesse, that's some pressure. But man, if he can cut down on the turnovers, he might join them.
Yeah, there's no question about it, Reese. This guy has a lot of talent. I really also just appreciate the fact that he stayed put at LSU. In an era of college football where especially quarterbacks are transferring 2, 3, 4 times, naming off those guys you just did, it would have been so easy for Nussmeier to try to find another opportunity somewhere else. He believes LSU is the best.
Looking for the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown LSU.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So it's an 80-yard drive, and he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Flips it out on the screen. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
Second down, he'll throw it. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Still running at the 40. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. The Hilltoppers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Defense wants to bring the heat. They just keep firing. Here's the pressure. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. So now it's 2nd and long. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. They'll try the run. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He lost one down the sideline. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. On the move, it's Durham. There he goes! They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down.
Man, he has been the definition of consistent all year long. You talk about building a team. You get a guy like this that you can hand the football, and he makes play after play after play. That's why he's number 2 in college football in rushing, and that's why he's in the Heisman Trophy picture. A running back in the Heisman Trophy picture. It's kind of been a dying element. This guy's very much in the race.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Running to the left. Once he got some room, it was over.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Guys, LSU has the lead here. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Wants to go up top. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, that's a phenomenal individual effort getting that sack. What a dominant play. And I'll tell you, playing here at Death Valley, a play like that now is going to get this crowd hyped up. And that's something as an opposing quarterback you do not want. Take it from me. I know it from experience. I remember my true freshman year playing at night here in Death Valley. That was the first time in my life I understood what the term hostile environment meant. This place is scary when the crowd gets involved, and that sack right there is going to light them up.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. They'll give it to the back. Breaks into the open. Got the 1st down. Looking for more. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Defenses have had their hands full slowing this guy down all season long. It's the speed, and it's the open field running ability and vision. That's why he's 2nd in the nation in rushing yards, and that's why he's square in the conversation for the Heisman Trophy.
They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
And they say a quarterback's best friend is a good run game and a good running back. I think he agrees. Over 150 yards on the deck. I don't even think I need a quarterback the way he's been running the football all game long.
And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
No doubt, offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They got to start showing some new wrinkles here in the second half.
They'll try to get outside. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, LSU!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Big one in the Big 12, and take a look at how things are playing out here. Houston is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. They're trailing by just 4 to TCU. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this Big 12 clash of the Titans. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. At the 35, he's loose. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Slings it downfield. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Throws to the wideout. Connection to the right. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Back to pass. He's going to throw deep right side. Got it inside the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
He's looking to throw. Trying to find the end zone. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, WKU. It's a much-needed life from this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down. You got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. So it's an 80-yard drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Got a man. It's Durham. Man, sometimes he's like trying to wrap up a ghost. He's out to the 27.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. Purple and Gold's got this running game going right now. You don't want to get overzealous here, but this is a type of talent that could do what Leonard Fournette almost did when he nearly got to 2,000 yards in a season.
And I love when commentators say, I don't want to get over myself and get overzealous and get too excited. He's having a day. Get excited. This dude's a beast.
Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Just a short pass to the tight end. Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. To the air on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw it again. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The play action fake. Pocket breaking down. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
And he makes a grab. Defense draped all over him, and it's 1st and goal at the 9. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Durham. Touchdown, Tigers! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Well, this offense has been physical. They came out in this game with a lot of pride and the ability up front and the belief that they can block people and get it done. They are dominating this defense. 3 rushing touchdowns now in the game.
And he made the extra point without problem. They'll immediately call timeout. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll bring it out. It's Sims. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity. front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
Looking downfield on first down. He's open on the right. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. And the Hilltoppers moving quickly to the line. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Barry. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Mack. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Fires to the tight end. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take two plays to get the first. Fires one high and deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. And that is no good. Guys, after that miss, they're still trying to fight their way out of an 18-point hole.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention and this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. The flag and another delay of game penalty. They do know there's a play clock up, right? Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. He'll try the left side. Quick spin on the ride. Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up one or two.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing.
Lost one deep down the right side. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And this is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one downfield.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellows, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable first half in Baton Rouge. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in Baton Rouge.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around.
Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And the punishment has been extended.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up 35-10. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed him for the big play in the running game. 1 snap, 1 touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just...
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little better.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Touchdown, Tigers. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
It's really hard as a quarterback because you got your eyes downfield. You're trying to find an open guy. You're trying to negotiate the rush, and all of a sudden people are swatting at the ball. They hit you. They knock it out. Got to do a better job next time of keeping two hands on the ball so you don't get it scooped and scored like what happened right there.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Tough to beat Maction, gentlemen. You know that. Let's take a look at the highlights. Miami is down big on the scoreboard, and for a program that traditionally struggles to score, I think we know where this one is headed. They're trailing by 14 to Central Michigan. The Maction never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. Defensive backs spread all over the field trying to take away the pass. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Dumps it to the back. Got his man down the middle. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Caught in the backfield. It's Henry. Turning it on. Smashes through the tackle. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. The Hilltoppers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. He just terrorizes quarterbacks, his 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out and then start double-teaming them and sliding and chipping, and then their numbers come down. This guy, though, David, has never stopped.
And it's got to be consistently, Jesse. Like, you got to consistently play hard, play after play, because sometimes they get rid of the ball fast. Sometimes you can't get in the mix. But to get to the...
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. And the Hilltoppers decide to punt it away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Back to pass, it's Nussmeier. Got his man on the outside. Moving past the 25. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Got room to work. Quick step and go. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that will probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And the defense is going to have more plays like this. He has had a ball game so far, running wild all day long. Defense finally comes up with a stop. Maybe get a little momentum here.
Over 100 yards already in this game. So if I'm on defense here, I'm adding more guys to the box, anticipating that they're going to continue to give this guy touches today.
I love when you sell the run like that quarterback did right there. Stuck it in the belly of the running back, pulls it out, runs the play action. Great job of confusing the defense a little bit, making them honor the run, and then throwing the ball in the lanes right behind them.
No, sirree. Not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed behind the line. It's Durham. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the ride. Now the pitch. They forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
And I like what this offense did. They run the option. They're good at it. They read it. They run the pitch. They get some positive yards. But more importantly, they set up a fourth and really short. They're successful in these situations most of the time.
Trying to get it to the marker. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, LSU! They'll try to tack one more on their score. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
The defense is just killing it. Success after success after success. If I'm the offense, I got to change something up, or my quarterback's going to be forced to change because he's going to be in the injury tent.
The Hilltoppers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The give on the option. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Bring in the heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. And the Hilltoppers will send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You've put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the...
There he goes! And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
And obviously, if you're going to be in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy, you got to be putting out big stat games week in, week out. He's been doing it all season long and obviously had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again here today in a game where a lot of Heisman Trophy voters, they're watching this one.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. They'll try to run for it. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
Has to get there to move the sticks. He's going to be run out of bounds, and he needed a couple of more steps. They'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Hilltoppers in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback, but I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought he was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks. They have been all over this quarterback today.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, and they corral the ball, so they avoid the turnover, but man, did they lose a chunk of yardage. And the Hilltoppers will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. He'll haul it in right around the logo. Can they catch him?
And what an impact play by this returner, and a great individual effort. Able to make a few defenders miss, and now he sets up the offense in great field position.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive, knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. And the Tigers are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Off the play fake. Dances away from the pressure, going to his left. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
This is why third down is so difficult for quarterbacks, because the defense substitutes, they put faster guys on the field, and they've got all their different exotic looks they've been game planning all week for, some things you haven't seen on film yet, and it confuses your offensive line, it confuses you, and you're out here just trying to make plays, trying to do something right to get a first down. Wasn't able to gain a lot there.
No good. And they missed a field goal, so something has gone wrong today.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Starts a drive trying to go up top. Heaves it deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Gives it to the back on the draw. And again, stopped right in his tracks. Nowhere to run. The Hilltoppers will punt it away on fourth down. Wants to bring it back. He gets a block. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. Give to the running back. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy. And this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Breaks into the open. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
All right, this offense just keeps trying to pound the ball into the end zone down tight, but the defense, they're very, very physical. So I think you got to think about either a perimeter run, a potential run-pass option, or let your quarterback try to go make a play throwing it.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Third in Africa is extremely difficult. When I know it's a passing situation, I get to rush the passer and pin my ears back. I get to put more DBs on the field to drop back and really play pass coverage. You can tell the offense was trying to force it.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. One more play to pad the stats. Second down, they'll go to the air. He wants a big play here late. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit him right between the eyes.
And they just look